Three. Here.
No, I'm not a writer.
Okay.
If I find my way home, wouldn't it be crazy?
So when Biden said, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're going to vote for him or Trump, then you ain't black. When he was talking to us.
He's not the deciding factor on whether or not somebody's black.
But why
or
did
not.
that rub people the wrong way?
Who are you to determine whether or not who's black? Sir, you are a whole white man. You cannot do that. But we're going to blame it on the dementia. Because
But he said, what the hell do you have to lose?
Well, that was Trump.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So don't they
And
sound
Trump,
similar?
his picture-
Yeah, you get, hello?
But
Boom. The right wing and the left wing are the part of the
wow.
same damn bird.
Wow.
So, what do you have to lose? That was his pitch. As if our political choices are just a gamble. This isn't just about being contrary. It's about demanding more respect, more genuine engagement, and policies that actually reflect our needs and aspirations. Black Americans are not a monolith. We are not just a box to be checked during election season. And that's why in this election, some are choosing to opt out. It's a statement loud and clear. If you want our vote, you've got to earn it. You've got to do more than just show up at the churches before the polls or tweet some support during Black History Month. But I have a quick question before I end things. Your son, does he live in a swing state or is he, that's the question. Because here in New York, what does it matter? We can play these little games as far as whether or not we're going to vote or not, because we know that New York is going to vote Democrat.
Right.
So, well, at least our electoral college historically has voted Democrat. So, you know, we have the luxury of having these debates. But is he in a swing state?
He is not. He lives here in New York.
Okay, so,
He lives here in New York. So maybe a part of that is like, okay, the state already has my vote. But it's still interesting to see that the next generation, as aggressive as they are in vocalizing that the world needs a change and how the change starts with correcting what's been done before them, that you're stepping out of, because he did vote when Obama was up for presidency.
But that made all the sense in the world.
Yeah, but I think that
and even with Hillary,
so again, call me a hypocrite. I think that my religious stand for not voting is the one that I can use for me not being involved on that level. However, if that's not the stake or the life that you're leading or taking, I find it interesting where this young man was one of those people who went with his grandmother at a young age to the polls. Your grandmother was a part of that civil rights that fought to have their right to vote, or at least the concept of thinking that they're involved in policies and government changes. Because it's all fucking, excuse me.
I know what you mean.
It's all a delusion anyway. You know what I'm saying? Who they've chosen has already been chosen. But when I hear young people who have watched, who have gone to the polls and who have been involved in this process and decide, because this particular process, this particular race, these are your two candidates, well, I'm going to opt out. Because at the end of the day, you opting out as a young 26 Black professional.
That's wild, because for him to be delusional at this stage, because I remember going to vote for Clinton. You know what I'm saying? Not the first.
Hillary. Right.
No, not Hillary.
Oh, Bill.
Bill.
First Black, right.
You know, Bill and Hillary.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? But specific, I was coming to a different space with Hillary.
Okay.
But with Bill, I just remember the enthusiasm as a young person, you know? And so...
And that's just something to say of the state of where we are as in
like
America.
that's
because
wild.
if you have a young person who is, he's not a corner boy. You know what I'm saying? He's a professional. He even dates a non-person of color who's a lawyer who's getting ready to take the bar. So he is not some bummer. He's also a contributing person in society.
Yes.
And here you have someone of intelligence, someone who's wise, who knows what's around him, and someone who believes in the process. I remember having a debate with my son when he was 10. Because I one of those people that be like, don't call me an American. Don't call me.
Right.
I wasn't born here. I don't choose to be here. Freak this country.
Right.
I'm one of those kind of people. And my son is like, well, none of us was born here. That's what makes us America. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, wait, what? Whoa.
But that's that Generation X thing where we were on some, F the world, don't ask me for ish. You know what I mean?
So that's what I'm saying. That's another evidence of the state of where we're at, the state of emergency of where we're at right now. When you have the young
was
people,
Obama. So what?
Don't even
But see,
feel.
This is the thing that like I said, the reason why I knew that Trump was going to win because I knew he was pandering to a very uneducated. When I say uneducated, I'm talking about
Trailer
educated.
trash? I'm sorry.
Right. You
I'm
understand what I'm saying?
sorry.
Like someone
Midwest,
they
I'm
were
sorry.
not educating themselves on politics.
Right.
They were in my class, and I'm like, listen, y'all are missing the point. If you don't turn on Fox News, it's sensational. It is, they are pandering. They are going to succeed because they're saying that their talking points is more exciting. You're sitting here doing all of this, having all these intellectual conversations. None of the people that's going to be voting is in the room.
Right.
They just go in there and say, I like Trump. These are people who voted for Bill Clinton because he played a saxophone.
Right. So how do we wrap up? Child,
I can't. That debate threw me through a loop. I just feel as if I cannot believe that this is the best. There's 8 million people in New York alone. These are the two best. I don't know what to say. I guess you vote for Biden and have Kamala. Hopefully she won't throw the rest of us in jail.
Sorry. But
So
what do you,
shout out
what do you-
H.U.
So what do you want the crowd to do?
I want the crowd to
What do you want your followers to do?
I want the crowd to do like the first penny said.
What?
The first penny
What it say?
with Abraham Lincoln
Yeah.
said, mind your business.
Did it really?
Look it up. See if I'm lying.
Because we have to state facts here.
That's a fact. Look it up. I think it was 1827 is when.
It said mind your business on the penny.
Because you do know New York's Independence Day for Black slaves was July 4th. I want to say 1827. So I'm mixing dates up right now.
Okay.
But I'm telling you, the first penny, before it said in God we trust, it said mind your own business. I shit you not. Please Google it. Everybody thought I was lying, then they had to call me back and apologize. It's like, okay. It's all right.
All right, Lady T.
All right, have a good, beautiful rest of the night. Thank you. And please remember, subscribe to the Tea Lounge. Thank you so much for joining me. You can follow me on social media at Tea Lounge NYC on Twitter, Instagram,
But before
and TikTok.
I let you go, you gotta end the show with that last statement that you said. So there you have it.
All right.
You gotta say that.
All right.
There you have it.
So there you have it. When the game feels rigged, some choose not to play. Not out of apathy, but as a bold statement that they demand more than just the lesser of two evils. Okay? That's it, fam. That's all for today. And like I said, make sure you subscribe. If you're new here, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out. And this is Lady T, keeping it real, serving up the truth. And as always, I don't give a sip. Until next time, keep your eyes open and the tea hot. Okay? Hey.
No, I'm not a writer.
If
Okay.
I find my way home, yeah. but you still amaze me.